Friends, are you thinking about moving to Florida? Wait,
Yes.
This is a Charlotte channel. Well, you might want to think twice because people are leaving Florida in droves because of rising costs, insane weather risks, and a lot of overcrowding. This is just the start though, and the Carolinas, where we're from, are actually becoming the go-to destination. In fact, from 2022 to 2023, 56,000 people packed their bags from Florida and moved up to either North or South Carolina. So today we are going to break down exactly why people are fleeing Florida and why you might want to consider North or South Carolina instead. Now, I am James Lanius. This is my wife, Madeline Lanius. We are living in the Charlotte, North Carolina and Upper South Carolina area, Fort Mill and Rock Hill. I'm a real estate agent here, so if you need any help on your real estate journey, whether buying, selling, or investing, go ahead and reach out via the phone number on the screen. I get calls, texts, and emails every day from folks that need real estate help, so go ahead and do that if you are in that boat.
And also, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you would like to see more videos about Carolina living content.
Get her done. Now let's go ahead and just talk about Florida and the Carolinas. What are the differences and what are some general things about each of these places? So Florida, for example.
Okay, here's the deal with Florida. They have no state income tax, but they do have skyrocketing home insurance costs. They do have year-round warm weather, but they do have increasing hurricanes and natural disasters.
Yes, so many.
If you live there, you know.
If you don't live there, you don't.
Yeah.
If you live anywhere, you know. Let's work it.
They're pretty overcrowded in their major cities like Miami, Orlando, Tampa. If you've ever driven through Orlando, you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay. For all our Gen Zers watching, or Gen Xers,
Oh my.
Simwise, Alpha.
But anyway, so the high tourism traffic does make daily life more difficult. So I guess maybe that's what most of the traffic is from, is the tourism, you know, the Disneyland or whatever it is.
There's a lot of people that live there
Is
too.
it Disneyland or Disney World?
It is Disneyland.
Disneyland, yeah. So here's the deal about the Carolinas, North and South. You have more affordable real estate and lower property
World.
taxes. Yeah, no Disney World, which...
It is Disney's World.
Huh?
It is Disney World. I just had to think about it.
See,
Disneyland is in LA.
I don't know anything about the
LA.
Disney.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Continue.
Anyway, about the Carolinas, North and South. Like I was saying, more affordable real estate, lower property taxes. They have much milder seasons, so you'll get a winter and you get a fall. It is less extreme weather compared to Florida, so we won't get crazy hurricanes, and we'll only get as hot of summers, right? No humidity, less humidity. There's a lot of growing job opportunities in the Carolinas, booming metro areas like Charlotte and Greenville, beautiful cities, pretty safe and clean towns, cities. It has more balanced lifestyle with urban, suburban, and rural living options.
First reason out of several people are leaving Florida for the Carolinas is because of the cost of living and housing market. So in Florida, home prices are rising rapidly. The median price in Florida overall is at $405,000. And this is all across Florida. So I'm talking about the boondocks all the way up until, you know, Miami high rises.
Yeah.
So, and the biggest part I think is too that home insurance costs are up 40% due to all the hurricanes and flooding happening. So it's almost getting insane if you're trying to invest in Florida. Home insurances may just make it absolutely impossible almost. The cash flow is tough. Higher HOA fees, of course, and special assessments for condo living, which is super normal for Florida because there's so many retirement communities and such. And it's just driving a lot of people out. So reason being why people are leaving Florida for the Carolinas is because median home prices, instead of being at 405, are at 370 in North Carolina, and the average in South Carolina is 330, which is a lot more affordable.
Wow.
There's a lot lower insurance costs because we don't really have many hurricanes coming through here. Really, actually none really. There's a lot fewer natural disaster risks and rain. Yeah, exactly.
Really snow, apparently.
Yeah, and the taxes overall too are a lot cheaper, making homeownership a lot more affordable in the long term. Now, we already talked about this a little bit, but the next reason why people are leaving Florida for North Carolina is the
Weather and climate.
There you go. Somebody's
So-
lacking on their job.
Ugh. I was daydreaming. With Florida, you have the hot and humid pretty much all year round. I do think that they sometimes get down to the 50s.
Yeah. Well, they get, yeah,
Occasion. That's not like
colder.
That's not very consistent, though, I must say. There is a high hurricane risk, like we said earlier, with multiple direct hits in recent years. They had a pretty bad one this past year, right? In September is everything. I mean, it ended up being not as bad, thankfully. Yeah, but yeah, so because of this, they have increasing insurance claims due to these extreme weather events. Okay, in the Carolinas, they have 4 distinct seasons they tend to have mild winters.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah.
I'd say it rarely gets into it gets down to the 30s, but not a ton. Rarely gets in the 20s or the teens. So, yeah, not too bad. I know. You have to go up to the mountains, which you do get that 2 hours to the north.
Yeah, true. But anyway, back to the Carolinas. So like I was saying, they have mild winters. There are occasional hurricanes, but much less frequent than Florida. And also, if you're going to live in the Charlotte-Fort Mill area, you're basically like never going to have a hurricane unless it's like a freak of nature or something. Yeah. So
don't really come up this far. And even if we do, it's just, thunderstorms and a lot of wind and rain for a day. And it's not even that bad. So
yeah, you probably won't even lose power. So and Carolinas has more comfortable summers with a lot less humidity than Florida. It is pretty humid, but definitely less than Florida.
Yes, for sure. So third reason people are leaving Florida for the Carolinas is the job market and economy. So in Florida, of course, it is tourism driven for the most part. Service industry is dominant. So if you're not in that, it's a little bit tougher. Of course, there's a lot of, bigger jobs in the major cities like Tampa and Miami. There's fewer corporate headquarters though compared to the Carolinas, like in Charlotte and Raleigh and such. So there's just higher competition for jobs due to population influx. Now in the Carolinas, for example, though, Charlotte has a lot of banking jobs, has tech, has healthcare and logistics hubs. We're the second largest banking destination in the United States because of Bank of America residing here. We have a big Wells Fargo presence, so tons of opportunities there. Raleigh-Durham, of course, has the Research Triangle, has booming job growth. South Carolina has growing manufacturing sectors of jobs, has Boeing here, BMW, and just presence of a lot of different big manufacturers and companies.
Yeah, the BMW, is that in Greenville?
Yeah, I think so.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's a big plant.
Wow.
Big plant. So, so the fourth reason why people are moving from the south to the not as south.
The north.
Yeah, to the north.
To the mid.
Even though we're in the south.
It's the traffic and transportation. So in Florida, you have congested highways, long commute times, high toll road dependence in Orlando, particularly in Orlando and Miami. And there's not too much public transit. It's really lacking outside of the major metros, So in the Carolinas, there's less traffic congestion, better highway planning.
Yeah, somewhat.
Huh?
In some places.
How is this a thing? I do not believe that for a second. No, I'm kidding. Apparently it's so. Anyway, there's growing public transit in Charlotte with the light rail being expanded, and then there's just more drivable cities with shorter commute times, I guess.
Yeah.
Compared to these places.
Yeah.
Statistics.
We're still a lot less hustly and bustly in Charlotte than in a lot of these places.
I guess so. Yeah. Anyway, what is this, the sixth reason?
I think the sixth reason.
Sixth reason is the lifestyle and community. So Florida has fast pace. Like we were saying, it's very focused on tourism, transient communities. There's a lot of overcrowded beaches. Oh, the beaches are so beautiful.
They're nice.
Which is why they're overcrowded, because everyone wants to go. Yeah, it's not Myrtle Beach.
It's like the best beaches in America, in essence,
Definitely.
That's why people,
especially way down at the bottom.
Panhandle.
It's what would it be, the Gulf of America now?
I don't know.
Or what is it down there?
Well, I don't know. Something. It's water.
Anyway.
Ocean.
So like I was saying, the overcrowded beaches, limited local feel in major metros. So it's just kind of like a tourist town, not really like it's a cute little.
Yeah. It's either tourism or retirement. But there's other stuff, but it's pretty dominant.
Also, the extreme heat does tend to limit outdoor activities for a lot of the year, unless going to the beach.
Yep.
You can go to the beach.
Pretty much.
The Carolinas, it's more relaxed, community-driven lifestyle. There's a lot of access to, obviously, mountains. You got beaches and lakes. There's a thriving food, craft beer, and art scene, which is definitely true. I would say probably Charlotte in particular is way less tourism heavy. There's nothing really to come to Charlotte to see.
Yeah, there's not really any big tourist attractions. I mean, there's cool regional things I would say that people come for, but in terms of going on vacation, you're not really going to go vacation to Greenville or Charlotte or Raleigh or any of these places. You'll go to vacation if you're on the coast, of course, of the Carolinas, because we have some great beaches on the East Coast. You'll go to vacation in the mountains, like in Boone, North Carolina, and Blue Ridge Mountains and such, because that's just on the other side of Gatlinburg, Tennessee. So great mountains and stuff, but for most of it, you're not really going to go on vacation here. So yes. Now, last reason why people are leaving Florida for Charlotte and for the Carolinas is the real estate investment potential. So in Florida, there's really a high demand but a volatile market due to insurance and climate risks. It's just tough to own investment properties there and invest locally. So like I mentioned earlier, the HOA and maintenance fees are just eating into investment returns, really cash flow killers, especially since insurance costs are rising so much. But the Carolinas, I'd say it's a little less flashy because you don't have the, skyrise condos or the, huge beachfront properties, even though you do have some, just not quite to the level that Florida does. But you do have really strong and steady appreciation. You have lower entry barriers for first-time buyers and investors, and you have a lot more space for development and suburban expansion. So I would say the Carolinas are a less flashy, but more stable and higher potential real estate investment market. All right, folks, so the final verdict is in. Why are people actually leaving Florida for the Carolinas? Starting with
the cost of living is skyrocketing. Hurricanes and insurance costs are also out of control.
So the Carolinas also offer a more balanced lifestyle. There's milder weather, there is job opportunities, and lastly, there's better investment potential. The Carolinas provide more value for home buyers. So this is, I would say, a summary of why everyone is leaving Florida, moving to the Carolinas. In the tens of thousands, everyone in the world is moving to the Carolinas from Florida.
Like it.
So no one lives anywhere else, but
literally,
but it is for real. Like, people are really truly leaving Florida for the Carolinas, and hopefully this gives you an idea of why. So let's go ahead and move on to the part you don't want to miss, and that is that I help people move from Florida to the Carolinas and all over Charlotte every single day. So all over the world, pretty much. Not really. Only licensed in 2 states, so don't come after me, real estate commission. But if you are in that boat and you're looking to move to the Carolinas or Charlotte or anywhere in this these 2 great states, really, go ahead and reach out via my phone number on the screen right there, or in the description below. I have my email. I also have a link to a private Zoom session that you can schedule a 30-minute consultation with me to discuss your home buying or home selling needs. And overall, if you're considering making the move, go ahead and reach out, and let's make sure your next move is the right one.
Yes, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you would like to see more videos like this.
Let's do it, and we hope to chat with you soon, and hope you have a great rest of your week.
Bye.
Later.